Hi, welcome to STEM with Mrs. Sawyer. STEM with Mrs. Sawyer is a video collection of STEM challenges that you can complete at home with your family using the resources and materials that you already have. Each month, I will release a new challenge for you to do at home, and I will send it out in a newsletter that will also have some additional links for any other scientific vocabulary or ideas that you might want to research more before completing the challenge. All of the videos and newsletters are also available on my website and can be done in any order that you would like and can be repeated as often as you would like to do them as well. The challenge for this month will focus on the book Iggy, Peck, Architect. This is another book in the Rosie Revere series by Andrea Beatty. If you haven't read this book, I have a link in the newsletter where you can listen to it being read aloud, or you can check it out at your local library. So in the book, Iggy Peck loves to create buildings and structures. He builds bridges and skyscrapers. He recreates famous landmarks that he's seen. He builds just about anything that he can think of. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to think of what is something that you would like to build or recreate. It could be a famous landmark, or it might be an idea that you have for a building that could serve your community. So you want to start that ask phase by defining your problem and empathizing with the needs of the people who would use what you've created. Are you creating something that is a famous landmark, that the way it serves people is by being something enjoyable for them to look at and learn maybe about history from? Or do you want to create some kind of building that serves a purpose for your community? Define a problem that you've seen in the world, and then think about who's going to use that prototype that you're going to create and how you can solve the problem in order to meet their needs. Once you've defined the problem for what type of architectural structure you want to build, I want you to imagine all of the possibilities for how you could solve that problem. Brainstorm all the things you can think of. Don't worry about limitations with materials or time at this point. You're just thinking of all of the solutions that you can. Now choose your idea design that you think will solve your problem best and make a plan for how to build a prototype for that design. You want to make your plan as detailed as possible and include labels and a list of materials and all the things you'll need. And this is where you are going to think about what limitations you have. What supplies do you have that you're able to use, and what does your time frame look like, and the space that you have to build in. And this is where you want to come up with your prototype. You want to create, build, test, and refine a prototype that you build based on your plan. Whatever architectural structure you've decided to build, if it's a skyscraper, a building in your community, or a famous landmark that you've chosen to recreate, I want you to go ahead and create that prototype and then take it through a testing process. Does it solve the problem that you wanted it to solve? And then what can you do to improve upon it, make any changes that are necessary, and then continue to take it through that create phase by retesting it. Now in the iterate phase, I want you to continue to work through that create phase. You want to work around that phrase multiple times in order to improve your prototype design. Is there anything you need to do to go back to rebuilding? Maybe you need to start there. Retest any changes that you make and continue to refine that prototype until it's as good as you can possibly make it. Now I want you to take it further. What could you do to take that design a little bit further? Again, this is where we think about if you built a bridge, can it hold more weight? If you built a skyscraper, can you make it taller? What can you do to take it to that next step? And never forget to share your process with others. Talk to someone around you about the engineering and design process that you went through in order to create your prototype for your architectural structure. What went well, what was successful, and what didn't go well. We learn a lot from our mistakes, right? What might you do differently in order to create a more successful prototype the next time? Thank you again for joining me with STEM with Mrs. Sawyer. As a reminder, send me any pictures and video that you have of the challenges that you create at home, and that all challenges and newsletters are always available on our website, so you can go back to them at any time you'd like. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.